just mute your mic so we don't hear your background noise in the back. Shalom, Yasha Allah, Yahweh Shem Yasha Barakatum.
Shalom, shalom.
Ashar Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom.
Kum Yashala.
Kum Yashala.
Tonight's class, simply put, the last civil rights movement. Everyone else sold out. Like we do every time, we're going to shout out those who support us, all of our YouTube channel members. If you are a YouTube channel member, you got to see our members only exclusive video 2 nights ago, where we had the CEO of Fanbase come on the app and explain to us why we should move from Clubhouse to his platform. All right. The Hebrew Israelites did that. Nobody else did that. Then we scheduled a move to support our brother. We scheduled a move where everyone left the app at the same time and went over to his platform, and we broke his app, man. All right. His mods got it together, and we had a good time. And we've been on the app ever since with the only popping rooms consistently all day long. All right. The Israelites. Why? Because we're talking about the real issues and the truth, and we're not playing no games.
That's right.
And it's amazing to the world that we can speak so freely and keep it so real, man. So the influence that we really have is spread to the people that we can touch with our ministry, man. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. We trying to come to the table with the dude, and if he does, it's gonna be some things in store. All right, because you can't do anything against the truth. I don't care who you with, who you around. If the Most High want it to happen, it shall be. So if you're a member of the YouTube channel, you can watch that live presentation. It's about 3 hours long. Y'all can watch that exclusively on our YouTube channel as a thank you for being members of our channel. Among the many things we offer, we got exclusive members only content. Also, we're going to bring it to our Patreon members, tier 2 and above, coming into next week. We'll have that video live on our Patreon. What are our channels? Our channels are simple. YouTube.com/@SOT Israelites. Type that in, join and support. We got media and content for you. Patreon.com/SOT Israelites. All right, not with the @ just SOT Israelites. We have PDFs, books, seminars, private lessons, all types of information for our Patreon users. And if you just support us and say, well, I can't do that, but I just want to support, all you got to do is subscribe to the YouTube. We got camp videos, 4 classes a week, and constant content coming. We pushing the word with all our strength and all our might, collaborating with all our Israelite brothers around the world, man. That's the energy we bring into this truth, man. So we appreciate you being here with us tonight. We're going to run down our members: Monica Sanford, Soldier Ibadathia, Soldier Kawal, Shamika Israel, AB Israel, Warrior Micah Allah, Charles James, Bina Israel, Kaya Ben Lawyer, Soldier Tazaria, Soldier Sakor, Jocelyn Edwards. She's striving for the house of Nakawasha. Big Mod, the water for the donation and the love. We appreciate you. Arma, Ra, Shop, Manasa, Shalom, sis. She's with us on the talk apps. She's with us on the YouTube. Soldier the Rock.
And on Instagram, she be sending.
And on IG, it's crazy. Azariah Bunya Howard, Latoya Stern, Yapa Aparium, SOT Amariah, Yaquaria, Sister Nati Za, Dinah Yasharala, Manessa the Warrior, Ayara, Bunya Howard. Did we get everybody? I think we got everybody. Oh, brother Ariel, what up? Malak Yawasap, what up? Makazi Yawad, Shalom. Raheem Moore, Shalom. Manos Lot, Shalom. Tawada for joining us tonight. Those are the members that support our YouTube. And like we promised, we shout you out every time, because as you support us, we support you. Yo, we live on the Fanbase app. Shalom to Asha Allah, SOT, Captain Ma'akaya, Captain Israel, Captain Yaikwab, and Sister Halima, who came to kick it with us tonight. If you want to be on stage tonight for our opening room, just raise your hand. We'll bring you up. We're going to make this a social thing as we kick some doctrine, do a little Q&A, then we out of here to enjoy the Sabbath. Because you know we had Feast of Trumpets last night.
That was right.
We got a feast day hangover. Brothers was up all night last night, serving the Most High, kicking doctrine, man, being merry and fellowshipping, man. And that's what we're talking about today. This is the last civil. Today we was in a room with Sister Ayla, the wife of the honorable brother Showerpaw. She's in this room, hosting the room. We in there. Brothers come in, start talking about the benefits of niggas selling crack and how they could have capitalized on it to benefit the community. This is the dumbest viewpoint in history. I never heard nothing so stupid in my life. But you know, I'm gonna be non-biased when I'm minding the room, kind of keep my opinion to myself. Just let them talk, man. But this is SOT class. So now I can throw darts. Plus, I'm behind Malachi's account. So they could ban him, not me. You know what I'm saying? They could ban him, not me. Shout out to the call. We got 39 attendees on the conference call. Matter of fact, if you want to call into the conference call, right? Your questions and your contributions come first because you're talking to us. Call that number at the bottom. Even if you disagree, we'll talk to you. That's why we on the app. All right. That's why we on the YouTube. That's why we live and showing our face. Something y'all don't do, man. Y'all talking behind these damn V for Vendetta masks, man. You know why? And that takes us into our lesson. You're talking behind them V for Vendetta masks because you can't be who you really want to be because of who you worried about out in this world, man.
Scary.
Say it again.
You're scary. And your strength is small.
Damn. Where's that from?
That's from...
Brother, calm down. He was hyped first.
For all the brothers and sisters that want to join our chat so that y'all can communicate like you would on the other app, shoot me a DM and I'll add you to our group chat. I'll add you to our Telegram chat.
Okay, yeah, we got a Telegram running?
Yeah.
Can't forget the Pillars of Rest. Our program dedicated for sisters only. Premium content for sisters only, dedicated to your needs. We putting so much work into it, it's mind-numbing, all right? Because it's a delicate situation when you're teaching the women. It's a lot of things to consider that some of you brothers out there just don't care about. Some of these women is wives. Some of these women are daughters. So you got to handle that respectfully and patiently, all right? Some of y'all think you get a teaching platform and now you could tell everybody what to do. It don't work like that. Now you get up there and you start putting down all the brothers that do the work, like you an authority on that, man.
Right.
Priest Gorilla Hebrew was bringing that out. You know, exposing brothers for criticizing all other camps and being hypocrites about that, man. Pointing that out. We all members of the body and we all got a purpose. You just got to get in where you fit in. See what I'm saying? So the Most High use you for what he want to use you for. All right. And that's always in hopes of the increase of the truth. Because give me that scripture. You can do nothing but against the truth. Give me that scripture. All right. To be a civil rights leader, you got to take a position. To take a position, you might offend people. In the era of political correctness, the black civil rights leader has disappeared. You can't have sponsorships when your main focus is the benefit of the black man.
No, right.
But if you're Jewish, you could be for them.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Sure, do that.
Can't have sponsorships when your primary focus is the benefit of the black man.
Right.
But if you're Irish, you can show your Irish pride.
Yeah.
Right.
Talk about what's going on with them.
Yep.
Can't have sponsorships if your primary focus is the so-called black man. But if you're Filipino, you can talk about the issues going on in the Philippines and how you care about that. And that's what you're about. And people from here will back you.
Yeah.
It's crazy. If you're African, you can talk about your country in Africa and how you want systems, infrastructure built. And that's all you're about. And you'll get sponsors from over here.
Right.
But if you're all about black people, that's your primary concern and who you focused on, you're racist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said that live on 3 apps at the same time.
Right.
Something that you won't say. We go to our politicians and we ask them for help in our community. And when they with us, they give us the bro dap and the bro hug and they pull you close. And now you hype.
Right.
And then you go to their big town hall and everybody's there and you got your flag and you grinning from ear to ear and cheesing and you got your Street Lions Israelite shirts on. We on them corners. I got this from the brothers of Sakari. We on them corners, right?
Mhm.
And you're in the front, and you're like, yeah, it's me.
Mhm.
And the brother hits you with the Hollywood, or he mimics you community, you know, hey, what's up, buddy? All right, guy. All right. Back to what I'm saying.
The general
greeting, but you like right in the front because he got interest to protect.
Mm-hmm. And it's definitely not you
at all.
He can't run on a platform. When I get in office, the underserved Black communities are going to be my primary focus. My first 100 days in office don't call me if you're from Big Pharma. Don't call me if you're from major corporations. I'll get to you. My primary focus is going to be the needs of the underserved Black communities. We've got to get their schools in order. We've got to get their roads and streets and water in order. We've got to get the fallen power lines up. And we've got to get their major broad streets where they make their personally owned businesses. We got to make that appealing to draw in more customers so that they can have a thriving economy. That's what I'm going to be focused on, guys. You can't say that. You can't say that. That's racist.
Right.
Mm. Is it though?
It's racist to help us, to concentrate on us.
Yep. Pretty much. Because you didn't get a Black rights, you got civil rights. Mm-hmm.
Hold on one second. Civil rights is for who? Everybody rode the coattails,
right?
But who is it for?
Right. That's the real question.
Who is out there getting bit by Dobermans?
Right. Being sprayed with high pressure water.
Getting beat over the head by batons.
Women getting bitten by German shepherds and having their photograph taken live.
Right.
The guy wasn't trying to stop it.
No.
There was no one there trying to stop that. They were documenting that.
Right. Ooh, black pain, lucrative.
You got hit with a brick. You're bleeding to the white meat. Somebody with a U.S. Army shirt is holding you up like a trophy. Remember that photo?
Yeah.
He's got the brick in his hand. Look what I did to this black guy in a suit.
Yeah, I remember that picture.
Right? Mm-hmm. Time magazine, take that picture, copyright it. They make money forever to do, black pain. They don't donate the proceeds to nothing.
Like they did.
That's going to make it to us.
Your Black Lives Matter.
You can't be a civil rights leader in this day and age because you're racist. Automatically racist. Black Lives Matter couldn't be about black people.
No.
It had to have a rainbow flag in the front with the fist. Hold on. Watch this. I know you don't like that. On what we doing on this app right now? People moseying in here. What we doing on the YouTube right now? Oh, we got some new members. Enrique Ventura. John Allen got the spirit. That's what's up, man. And Thawada, Dorian Wright. Thawada. Now, check this out. Here it is. I endeavored to open my mouth and show my face and say, why you got the rainbow flag in the fist? This is a Black Lives Matter march.
Right.
It's not your moment right now. Hold on for a second, bro. When y'all do Pride Week, you don't make it Black Pride also.
Right. Don't do that. No month.
There's no black people commercials during Pride Week where that community is saying, and we also support Black Pride. No. They got the shortest month for celebratory reasons, so we're going to share our month with them. No, you're not. But we got to share Black Lives Matter with you.
Right.
Yeah.
In Atlanta, Georgia, we at camp in Atlanta, Georgia.
Actually, they've given Pride. It's 3 different Pride months, I believe, throughout the year, and February is one of them.
You're a joke. Your causes and needs are a joke, man. And guess who's the only people that speak up for what you need and put you at the front? We're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it because they don't believe us right now. We're Negro lights. Yeah. I found out today.
Hebrew electrolytes. Yeah.
I'm like, bro, what does that mean to you? Like, what do y'all really think of us?
Right.
And he wouldn't reveal it. I just wanted them to say, y'all are a joke to us. Y'all are a bunch of hoteps or whatever. Like, no, we not. and we can educate you on what we're about.
Right.
But he couldn't even reveal it because it's a culture of no respect for us. Think I don't know that? Think I don't know when I orchestrate a room full of Hebrew Israelites who are about to ask their constituency to support something, and you're talking about them other communities like I don't hear that? Think I don't hear that?
Right.
Y'all was getting on me, said I should have been tougher on that conversation. Yo, you do the best you can. Yo, what's up, Ak?
Oh,
What's going on?
Shalom.
I forgot to tell you the brothers he was coming.
see the brother.
Got some good brotherhood going on over here where the class is live. Some good brothers that we haven't seen in a while. Shalom, King.
Shalom. It's good seeing you.
Let me not lose my train of thought. What?
You didn't see you just froze.
It did?
Yeah, for a second.
The spirit was too powerful. Let me not lose my train of thought. Okay. You don't have an advocate. You have a U2.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to push the prosperity and financial and economic and cultural and civil gain of Black people when other people are being pushed at the same time.
Right.
You too, we can support y'all too. But to primarily focus on you, that's racist.
Yeah.
Somebody's coming out of the rafters. What about white people?
Right.
You didn't say anything about us. You didn't do that for anybody else's community. You didn't say that. So there's an agenda behind that. And if you are unable to see that, you're a little bit blind. Okay.
Right.
You're not paying attention to the world around you and what's really going on out here. Okay. So why do we make our first of all, our first inaugural fan base room and this Sabbath class? Y'all used to us. Y'all are faithful. Y'all always here. But our first inaugural fan base room is called The Last Civil Rights Movement. Everyone else sold out. They sold out because they have to, right? This world is financial and works on money and sponsorships and investment. And even though I'm going to give you a secret, Black people, you have trillions of dollars of spending power.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If you spent money with each other, you wouldn't need anybody.
At all.
And there's a gang of communities that have less spending power than you that figured that out already. They get it already. That's part of the curses. So what are we going to do? If you're new to this, if you never heard us teach before, we're definitely going to come out of the Holy Scriptures and explain to you from God's word why things are going to be this way and how to overcome it. We're going to give you a perspective.
Mm-hmm.
But number one, you got to understand your circumstance and the reality of what's going on with you. The reason you have no true civil rights, the reason your civil rights leaders have to argue against Black people, they Black, but they got to argue against other Black people,
Right.
and shout you down and say, bro, you sound like one of those, guys with a kufi on his head. Like, we was kings, bro. We're past that. The reason Black people have to talk like that to other Black people is because they got white people watching them.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Was it racist to say something that was true? They do. They do. Colin Kaepernick, let's go back a little bit. Nobody wants to talk about Colin Kaepernick. We forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that was a travesty. That's a young brother in the prime of his life, one of the best athletes in the world. He was denied work. His job was taken from him. Why was his job taken from him? Because he wanted to take a knee because cops were killing people on camera while a Black president was in office who didn't do anything about it.
Right. He did something for another community.
He did something for another community, though, several other communities.
Right.
And when he's asked that question in interviews, he gives the slickest response that it takes time.
Mm-hmm.
It takes time because that wasn't your focus.
Right.
It didn't take no time to get rid of Osama Bin Laden.
Nope.
They got his ass up out of here.
Didn't take no time.
They recorded me. You heard that beat?
I think that's on the call.
Hey, It didn't take no time for them to put a SEAL team together with an Apache helicopter that doesn't make any noise. It's a helicopter that's quiet.
Mm.
That sounds like they tapping the game right there. Got close to the compound, dropped 6 men, elite men in the world, infiltrated the compound, killing people like Jason Bourne, and got his ass up out of here, killed him, and then threw him in the ocean, according to how the narrative goes. That would take me a long time to put together.
Right.
Yeah.
It didn't take no time.
Sound like a Call of Duty mission.
It didn't take him no time to legalize homosexual marriage either.
Right.
Didn't take any time for that.
It didn't take him no time.
Wait, because he said that, is he spewing hate?
Is he now homophobic?
How is saying something that actually happened spreading hate? Say what you just said again, and we're going to evaluate it.
It took Barack Obama no time to legalize homosexual marriage.
Where did he say something hateful? Isn't that what happened?
That's
what
happened.
It was on the news.
It was one term.
People actually getting married. This
Yeah.
again.
There was no president before him trying to legalize it until him, and it got done.
So where did he say something hateful?
He didn't.
But you're going to be treated like you did
Right.
for pointing that out. Because I didn't point that out because I'm hating on them. I'm pointing that out because, can I have something?
Right.
Because we were voting for you and we were backing you.
Right.
See,
Heavy.
people will command your endorsement and then treat you like you're begging when you ask them to do something for you.
Because you're just the mascot. That's all you are.
How ungrateful is that when someone's willing to support you and use their influence to ask others to support you, and you treat them like they're begging when they say, hey, can we do this move right here? You didn't say, wow, I see your hustle. I see your grind. I see your footwork on the pavement and effort. It's called grassroots, right? And say, well, I'm going to acknowledge that. And even if it's not fiscally responsible to do something for you, because I got to make sure I get to this bag, I am going to look out for you. And let me point you in this direction. That's the least I can do.
Right.
We can't even get that. And from our own people, right? Imagine asking the nations outside to understand your perspective and where you're coming from. And the crazy thing is they totally understand where you're coming from because they've been where you've been. Other nations have been oppressed in the United States, and they've rose to the top by commanding things for their community, or they're not voting for you. But we can't do that. They convince us that we can. Joe Biden went on Breakfast Club and said, you're not black if you don't vote for me.
He said that and he got in the office.
That wasn't racist. That was funny.
Hillary Clinton went on Breakfast Club and boasted about how she carries around bottled hot sauce in her purse, like Beyonce.
And had Megan Thee Stallion, and they was sipping and painting together. Huh?
Yeah.
When did Megan this? First of all, why is Kanye West in a meeting with Donald Trump talking about things I need? He lives out in Wisconsin somewhere, bro. Nebraska. I don't know where he's at.
With a giant pot of
Trying to build pods for homeless people over there. Like, bro, I see your vision, but can you hold on for a second? You're rich. Can you wait for 1 second? We hurting over here. You're from Chicago. There are miles of city blocks that look like a bomb drop.
Man,
Right.
Build those
Big
pods
facts.
there.
in your community.
Buy them blocks and build your pods there, and then ask the government to put police escort to keep the gang violence out so you can operate like that.
Right.
Because they can send people to kill Osama Bin Laden.
Right.
I'm sure they can stop a couple guys with AKs and Dracos.
Where are they getting those AKs and Dracos?
You can't ask that. You're not allowed to ask that. Stop that. You're gonna get my YouTube channel deleted because you asked a question.
Because I asked
You didn't even accuse nobody. You just asked how you got a grenade launcher in Chicago.
Yo,
And you 15.
Yeah, he's
I
like
seen
15.
somebody with a rocket launcher.
Do you know how much a rocket launcher costs? Do you
Where'd you get
FFL?
that from?
What FFL is gonna give you a rocket launcher?
Where are they getting the ammo from?
I don't know.
You're
How do
not
you
going into no regular gun store getting that ammo.
Just be spawning.
Lit Earl said
Right, it just
Kanye's in
spawned.
Wyoming.
They got a care package to drop every month.
Yo, we keeping it too real or what, man? We keeping it too real or what, man?
That's the only way to keep it.
Yeah.
And we're the last.
Who did I blame? Whose name did I drag through the mud?
No.
Oh, Obama's. How? That's a fact.
That's what happened.
Yo, we didn't really get anything.
Yeah.
Well, there was affluence with jobs. Bip, 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 bip. If the tide rises, all boats rise with it. That's a very nice idiom and figure of speech. But if you could send somebody to get Osama Bin Laden, then you could send an undercover officer into every police department to see if they're using racist tactics and they're misusing their authority in the field.
That should be so easy.
That's easy. That's easier than killing a terrorist.
Yeah.
You just got a plant. They did a plant for us, COINTELPRO.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just do it for the police departments
Mm-hmm.
at a government level.
That's a good point. It's a brother said, and I'm gonna get, Salaka. Sis said, and I'm gonna get you, sucker. When Jack Spade wanted to know what happened to the black militia, he was told that the brothers went into the government building with guns and came out with jobs.
Wow.
Damn. Ain't nothing wrong with having a job. You gotta feed your family.
But don't sell out.
But who you gotta go to get this job? Like, and then that's where the argument comes in, and that's why the last civil rights movement, we're gonna tell you what it is because everybody else sold out because they in a bind.
Yeah.
I got a $1,500 a month car payment. I drive a Lamborghini Urus. Bro, I'm not gonna let you F up my bag talking that blackity black. Get your ass out of here.
Right.
Damn.
No, bro, I don't want to be by.
What you gonna say to him? Yo, I got a beachfront property that I gotta pay for. My sponsors do not want to see you on my show. I got mouths to feed. I can't do it, bro.
You know,
Like, damn, I can't come on your show and just advocate for black people, not the way you want to.
because
I can't even be connected with you. I got a little bro you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they think we don't know they doing it to us. I'll be smiling with the tears when I'm getting little broed by somebody that I'm like, hey, dog, come on, man. Don't do this, man. I'll be weeping with the tears.
Aquatic music.
I had a couple of little tears on Wednesday, right? Ain't gonna lie. It's like, come on, bro. Why are you talking about those people right now?
Right.
Can you read the room or do you not care? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think he can, but the Most High will turn the heart of whoever. We got to stay authentic to what we doing and not lose faith.
Mm-hmm.
The easiest way to lose faith is if I'm talking that Israelite madness, I can't work out here. I can't eat. They're going to put me on a list. They're going to ruin my life.
gonna blackball you
And I'm going to be blackballed. I'm going to be shadow banned from life.
from life.
Well, your faith is small because you got to have the mental fortitude to say, Yahweh will save me. And that's why we was talking about that last night.
Precept.
Sirach 1, man, and 28, right?
Right.
Read what you got.
God, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 24, and verse 10. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small.
If you faint in the day of adversity, your strength is what?
Small.
Puny, eeny, weeny, shrivels, little, short faith. Right? That's a wicked ass song, man. That's an old school song. Y'all don't know that song. I'm telling my age by knowing that song. They used to play that on the radio up at Hot 97.
You can keep that one.
Yeah, that song is off. Right? No, our faith is great.
That's right.
It's bigger than a mustard seed, at least.
God.
And that's all you need.
That's all you need.
But brothers don't got no faith. Like, yo, if I put my people's needs in the front, I'm not going to enjoy my life. I got to talk to y'all about that. Another reason your civil rights movement is destroyed is because people want to be happy. Martin Luther King was not happy. They laughing. That's wicked as hell.
Actually crazy.
Malcolm X was not happy, bro.
No, not at all.
He died.
Died.
They burned his house down.
Yes.
This man was stressed.
Niggas ain't trying to deal with it.
Man was stressed.
Marcus
That's
Garvey
wicked.
got
Deported.
Yo, Fred Hampton
He died
died in his bed.
next to his wife.
all because he wanted a better neighborhood for you and only you.
And only you.
What you think we're dealing with? They got all our phones tapped. They got our houses bugged. They watching us at camp with binoculars. They putting us on lists. And
Yes,
all we
they
do
are.
is teach the
Yes, they do.
Bible.
That's all we do.
It says.
All we do is teach the Bible and put our people first.
They should be happy that we teaching this because they should say, well, if an Israelite is the best next door neighbor on earth,
Mhm.
he's not going to covet anything I have. He's not going to bother me or my family. He won't steal from me.
Right.
He's going to be reasonable because that's his religion. He's going to live clean, and he's going to the only energy that's going to come from his direction is positivity because he's bound by the laws that he keeps. So you should want all black people to be Hebrew Israelites
You should.
because that would end crime, poverty, hate, and injustice. And you would be safe. You wouldn't have to clutch your purse, Miss White Lady,
Right.
because it's against our religion to rob you. But why don't they want you to be a Hebrew Israelite? What's the major problem with teaching that blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics are God's chosen people?
Because they need us to be in sin.
They
Prove
need us-
that.
They need us to continue to serve them.
These brothers say that nobody wants us to be an Israelite because they know who we are and they need us to be in sin. But y'all got to prove that. Y'all got to prove that.
I mean, right here.
I'm still trying to figure out how I'm a hate group or accused of it when all we do is tell sisters to cover up their bodies
That's it.
and tell the young men to stop pumping crack. What are you doing?
Right.
The Most High gonna kill you for that. Stop doing that. Right? What's wrong with that? Somebody make it make sense. Read what you got.
Con,
Go ahead.
Con, this is the book of Judith, chapter 2, and verse.
If you ain't got the precept, get
This is
it.
the book of Judah, chapter 5 and verse 20.
Bring it out.
Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
So the other nations been knowing for 2,500 plus years that if y'all are in sin, Yahweh is not going to fight for you,
Right.
and He's not going to make your ways prosperous. So stay in sin. How about that? But y'all don't believe it. You think that's some conspiracy, that's some superstitious nut job talk. Well, that's on you, brother.
Right.
Because we done tried everything else. Hey, we tried a Coke and a smile. We tried corporate. We tried playing sports. Deion Sanders can't even coach football.
Right.
Why he got to go to Colorado when he's the best cornerback to ever play football, and he's one of the best baseball players of his time.
Right.
He was excellent at baseball, right?
That's right.
This is one of the best athletes. He's got the championships to back it. Why don't you want Deion Sanders to coach your team? Why not? Why he got to go to a team that only won one game? Why do you have to start at HBCU that's not even owned by black people? Why? Because of the world we live in.
We have a inside joke about, we kind of laugh at pain because we understand pain, right?
Yeah.
We was talking about how, like, back in the day, our forefathers had to humble themselves completely
Yes.
to the people who have rule of this place. But it did not matter how lowly you made yourself. You were still hated.
Yeah.
You took off your hat, stepped to the side, stepped in the mud for the white lady, talked with a slur,
Hunched over.
completely demean yourself. But
And they still wasn't nice to you.
they still chased you.
Yeah.
They still
They still chased you.
It's like they only shoot me.
Yeah.
Yo,
They still chained you to a tree
Yeah.
with a winch using mechanical leverage to crush you to death.
How's that not him?
But me saying that
mhm.
is hate. How? Wait, how?
Full of unforgiveness, brother.
How is me telling you that acts? Why is there a civil rights museum then? Because that's what I learned when I go inside.
Right.
So I can't report on what I've learned from a museum that the government sponsors.
So like it, I don't want.
Mhm.
They would not say Al Qaeda destroyed the two twin towers. They would not say that. That's hate.
No, that's what happened. According to the reports,
Hey, they're not gonna
ISIS did it.
Right.
they're not gonna tell you remembering 9/11 is a victim mentality.
Damn, that's crazy.
They won't say that.
The sister Kima in the fan base back chat says, I went to a HBCU and learned no Black history.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn, I did.
You got to choose African American studies if you want to learn
Yeah,
that.
you got to.
In a HBCU?
Wow.
It's not mandatory part of the curriculum.
Damn.
You can't make this stuff up. Listen to what I'm saying.
Now that I
Like,
think about it, I didn't either.
Yeah, I did.
I went to a white school, but I took African American studies and I learned how to forgive. That's what it was about.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
When you go to another school, a white institution, they make you take those type of social issue classes, and then when the Black issue comes up,
You got to learn how to forgive.
how to move past it, or what can you do to be better for society, not for your community.
And then everything we saying right now was 100% authentic facts. None of it is pseudo. None of it is based off skewed data. It's just real talk. But our own brothers will make sure that they distance themselves from us by attacking us for talking like this.
Yeah.
And saying, yo, y'all brothers are stuck in the past, man. And then say stupid stuff like drug dealers missed a huge opportunity with all that money that they made. What?
That's so ignorant.
And they were buying Gucci and Mercedes Benzes when they could have been uplifting their community. He's a drug dealer.
He's the reason the community is like it is.
What doesn't make no sense?
Bro, this man is the reason that people that look like him are walking the streets looking like zombies.
Right.
It's a skid row because of this dude. So he gives out turkeys, but you need the turkey because you spent all your money on crack.
Right.
You
need the turkey because
Ah!
your mother is strung out.
Leave me alone.
And your dad is strung out.
Yo.
So you got to take care of your little brothers and little sisters, and you're 15 years old.
Yo, my history is bugged out. Oh my God.
It's Elden Ring.
Yo, you gotta laugh, not to cry.
Yeah, you got to.
We're destroyed.
Our history is crazy.
And they was serious though. He was dead serious when he was saying.
Yeah,
Time.
he meant that. That's Captain Yaiqua out in Fort Myers.
Time.
He meant that.
He got on a mink coat and a Rolex off of making bread, off of giving your mother crack cocaine.
And your mother ain't been home. She's smoking in an abandoned house. You're hungry. But he's going to give out a turkey. No, nigga. But they blame you for the... Listen, it's racist when you point out why you have a problem. But they blame you when you like something. We all like rap music.
Mm-hmm. It's gotten so much to where everything in today's time is hip hop or rap. Everything.
We all like rap music, but they blame you when you like something. Your rappers are calling women bitches and hoes. Your rappers are glorifying guns and violence.
On your people.
Don't you think you need to fix that instead of blaming us talking about racism?
Right.
Don't you think you need to work on your own time out? That rapper's getting paid by somebody. If what he's doing is evil, isn't it evil to pay him to do it?
Right.
Yeah.
Then when they go to commercial.
Yeah. We'll be right back.
And they tell you, if you want to stay up here, you're going to stop talking like that. All right. I ask the questions. You don't ask me anything. You got that? That's what they tell you on the commercial break.
Yeah.
You understand? Because you asked the question. Black people never take accountability. Okay, I'm going to take accountability. Crack is whack. Our women got to put clothes on. Our young men got to stop joining gangs and murdering each other.
Right.
Our people have to spend their money with each other. That's hate.
What do you want?
You got, what do you want me to say?
That's
What do you
intolerant
want for me, bro.
Now I'm intolerant.
Yo, what you want me to say, man? So now you see the reality is you're not even allowed to fix your problems because even taking the measures to fix your problems is racist.
Can't win.
You're in a lose-lose, and it's designed that way. That's the real trap.
The game is not set up for you to be anywhere but in a losing position unless you give in to what we're telling you to do.
Yep.
Right.
You're already at a disadvantage, like chess. When you're black, you move second, which puts you at a strategic disadvantage automatically. Right? All things being equal, you're going to lose this game. You have to.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Hey, Adawan, that's Hebrews 2. What's that? Hebrews 2 and 3.
Call it.
You say we're in a lose-lose situation. Right?
Oh, I got it.
Let me get there. I think it's Hebrews 2 and 3. Get that real quick.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 2 and verse 3. How shall we escape if we neglect so great salvation, which at the first began to be spoken by the Lord and was confirmed unto us by them that heard him?
Hey, you also precept that thing with the last curse in Deuteronomy chapter 28. Hey, how can we escape? Okay. Hey, we stuck like Chuck. Mosai told us in Deuteronomy 28 and 1 that if we keep his commandments, all right, we would be placed above all nations. All right. Then he told us if we didn't, we will fall, all right, to the tail. Okay. And no man's gonna be able to, deliver you, out of this condition. So how can we escape? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We stuck like Chuck, and now we got to endure it. We got to endure this thing to the end. But I'm going to yield.
Another one.
So what am I pointing out right now? If y'all haven't watched, I've been very careful not to accuse anybody of anything, not to deny anybody their right to exist, and not to use any slurs. If y'all notice my conversation, I haven't accused anybody of anything. I haven't denied anybody of their right to live, and I haven't used any slurs. And I guarantee you, the words that I'm using right now will be categorized as xenophobic hate speech, even still. And all I did was just laugh at the situation we in, but tell the truth about it at the same time. Right? Y'all hold it down. Y'all hold it down. So we got the family over here. So now check it out. What kind of civil rights movement can you have if the leader of it cannot focus on your civil rights?
A whitewashed one.
Which kind of movement can you have? It can't be authentic. Your civil rights leaders have sold out, but they did it quietly.
Right.
We have tons of black color commentators in sports. They got to feed their families. They got to keep their jobs. But there's a lot of them. They can, if they want to, listen, they can, if they want to, say, we're going to go and take our talents and we're going to bring our commentary to our own network. It won't be syndicated like what we have here. And we'll probably have to do it grassroots, like how Cam and Mason is doing it.
Right.
But that's what we're going to do, because we also want to make sure that we look out for our people on our sports broadcast and discuss all the issues that concern them specifically in the world of sports that they can't say on network television. They could do that and still be millionaires. I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
YouTube money is infinite. They could still do that and be millionaires. They don't even need YouTube.
That's real.
All they need is their own people to support them.
Right.
I know what I'm about to say. You don't want to hear it. Listen, there was a baseball league called the Negro Leagues. Jackie Robinson came from the Negro Leagues.
Right.
That means the Negro Leagues had the players.
And many
Josh Gibson, Satchel Paige, if I'm not mistaken. Right?
Yes.
I could be mistaken with Satchel Paige.
They had all the time.
Look that up. I could be misremembering. That's the wrong name. Anything I say wrong, they're gonna scrutinize it. So let's make sure I'm right and exact. Turn your mic off. I got you. Now, The NFL is full of black players. Satchel Paige, right? I was right. The NFL is full of black players that are awesome, right? Is me saying the NFL is full of black players that are awesome racist?
Nah, it's the truth.
The NBA is full of black players that are awesome.
Majority of it.
Yes?
Done.
If the NBA said we made our millions, the hip-hop industry can fund this because they're at our games anyway.
Right.
The elite of our community can fund this because they're in the box at our games anyway. We got our own league.
That's what Ice Cube's trying to do. But
Nah, that's different rules. Hold on. The basketball that we recognize as basketball, the same rules. Yo, we're gonna go ball over here. We're not gonna be on ESPN and NBC and TNT. I understand, but we're gonna go ball over here. Do you think that NBC, TNT is not gonna go to them and say we're gonna record y'all games anyway because people want to watch that?
Right.
And
That's-
you saw that happen.
Don't shoot me. Don't assassinate me.
that's supposed to be.
Don't do it.
They supposed
I'm
to-
just talking. It's YouTube. I'm a Negro light. Nobody takes me serious.
Right.
I'm just saying something. Won't you go watch football to see all your guys?
Done.
And when I say that, our own people, there's a dude, right? Look just like me, gonna go, that's that bullshit.
Right.
That's that bullshit. Watch a bunch of niggas run around.
You do it anyway.
Them white boys, where you gonna get your quarterback? One of our own guys is gonna say that.
They said that.
They're definitely gonna say that. That Uncle Ruckus spirit.
Yeah.
Is anything I'm saying right now? Hold on. What did I say that was racist or mean? What did I say? Right? But you're not allowed to speak like this if you want money from me. That's the truth of it.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to speak like this if you want money from me. Okay, smart guy. Okay, Tyrone, you're real smart, right? Look at you. You think you're real well-spoken and smart. You're one of the smart ones. That's how they pat you on the head.
Yeah.
You know what? You're really well-spoken, right? That's a pat on the head, right? You speak so well. Why shouldn't I? Who's ever told that to, the speakers on 60 Minutes? You know what? You speak so well. Nobody ever said that to them. Whoever told Barbara Walters, you know what, ma'am? You speak so well. You're doing good. Nobody say that to her. So you got to read between the lines, right? But what I'm saying is, you're going to get that pat on the head, but then you're going to get hit with, but I'm not about to fund that, what you talking. You want to talk that? You ain't going to have me paying for you to talk that. That's the reality. So what that means is you're going to withdraw my pay because I'm advocating for my own people concerning things that they need. Is that racist?
Yes. We took a look at some of your demands, and it doesn't fit our interests.
We don't think our sponsors represent.
This genre.
Hold on now. I can play with guns
Wow.
and keep my job. I can play with guns. I can rap about killing niggas and keep my job. Right?
Right.
I can smoke weed every day and keep my job. Right? Smoke weed every day. And I could get an endorsement. I could get butt naked. If I'm a female, I could get butt naked and twerk my butt cheeks like a stripper and stick my tongue out. And I can get all your endorsements. But I can't say, I honestly think black people need to spend their money better.
No, you can't say that.
What?
I can't say that.
That's too
Spin,
far.
spin your what?
Yeah, that's too high. That's too high for you.
I can't say the police are mistreating us and they don't live in our community and they talk to us like animals.
Can't say that.
And I think it's systemic that they behave that way.
If you do, next time you're in trouble, don't call the police.
Yeah, that's what we get.
Call a crackhead.
That's what we get hit with from our own people. Say that.
That's real.
Yo, man, teaching this is crazy, man. talking about this is crazy. Teaching this is crazy. Admitting that this is the reality is bugged out.
Yeah,
We can't ask people to care about our children getting killed in the streets. To ask that is to say, well, why don't you go in there and fix your own communities? Maybe you should stop the black on black violence first.
Pull yourself up by the bootstraps.
Whilst they take your boots. It doesn't make sense, man. It's a constant loop of hell. But that's what the state they want our people to continue in, of hopelessness. Don't worry about spending your money right. Don't worry about buying shares and getting land. No. Get this.
Yo, you could rub your vagina in a sheer bodysuit in the back of a bodega,
bro,
and get endorsements.
Yeah.
But you can't say what we're saying.
in the back of a bodega.
In the back of a bodega. That's crazy.
I mean, that's where she was at.
That's crazy.
And I'm hating for saying that.
Yeah.
I am now a hater for saying, wait. What if she could just rap and not have to do that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now you're misogynistic.
Yeah.
Now I hate women.
You hate
Yeah.
Now I hate women.
Liberty of women. Hey, yo, the Bible. Hey, never mind.
That's why I say this is the last civil rights movement. Everybody else sold out. Listen, y'all think of sellout as I'm going to pay you to hurt your own people. I could just pay you not to say nothing about what's going on with your people. You know what I'm saying? Come over here. I could just say, make room for him. I could just say, if you want this check that I'm giving you, you're not allowed to advocate and make your focus your people, because I push to all audiences.
Yeah.
Right.
I want everybody's bread. I don't care about black or white. I don't see color. Get hit with that?
Yeah.
Man, you get smacked with that one. That's like a sledgehammer.
That means I don't see oppression.
That means I turn a blind eye to the reality because I'm doing good. And that's my only responsibility. No, your responsibility is your people, or you're not a civil rights leader. And if you're not a civil rights leader, then be quiet when civil rights leaders talk.
That's right.
Right.
You a money guy.
Right.
Stick to money. Stick to you.
You a commercial nigga.
Yeah.
And socially
Remember, remember we Hotep niggas and we was kings and Negroites, right?
Yeah.
You a commercial nigga. Go be a commercial nigga, and I'm not gonna hate on you. Go be that. But don't say nothing when the civil rights leaders talk.
Right.
You don't sit at this table.
No.
Somebody don't like that.
That's real.
They had to leave the room on that note because they don't know how to say back to that.
Yeah.
So they're gonna leave and think about that for a minute on how to come back.
You got to. And then when the civil rights leaders is really moving in your community and changing stuff, don't come out and say, "Hey, I believe in you." The whole no, hey, we was doing it. We did it
like this,
and then you gonna get hit with the like this.
like this.
Hey, you didn't believe we would win.
You
didn't think we could win, but we got God.
That's right.
That's right.
It's written that we gonna win.
That's
Right.
regardless.
Ye of little faith. That's why you're gonna fall to the side.
That's
That's right.
Give me that in Sirach 1.
Hey, you know why they go out their way to speak up against what you're doing?
Why?
Because they know if they remain silent, then the guy that's paying them, their master, is gonna look at them like, "Oh, so you're with this? You're not gonna say anything? You're not gonna tell your brothers
2 and 7.
that
Sirach
they're-
2 and 7.
that they're going against the grain?"
Right.
Right? Because silence is complicit.
Yep.
You're complicit to it.
Ignorance.
But you're only allowed to be silent when your people are being oppressed. Think about that. You can't say anything when a brother is stepping up in his community and trying to relieve his people of their oppression.
Yeah.
You have to say something. You need to speak against that. But when your people are being actively oppressed and there are no leaders, your silence is condoned.
Yo, I never understood the mind of the people that oppose what we're talking about, because If you're really my friend, you should want my community to prosper.
Yeah.
Right.
How do you not want my community to prosper, but call yourself my friend?
Right.
So you're going to withhold your friendship because I'm focused on my community prospering, but I can be your friend if I also focus on your community prospering. But I'm supposed to consider you my friend, even though you don't want what's best for me.
I don't understand that.
I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Sirach 2:7, man.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 7.
I don't understand that.
Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fall.
So I'm going to wait for the Most High. I'm going to believe that if we stick to his agenda, we're going to win.
Precept.
It don't look like you're going to win all the time. Sometimes you're down 30,
Yeah.
Wait, 5 minutes left.
but you could quit now, or you could be the spiritual Reggie Miller
Right.
and drop 9 points in 3 seconds
Right.
because you believe.
Chasing the Grady.
You believe it. It could be done. There's still opportunity, right? Our communities can still be healed.
That's right.
You could yet still be the top nation.
Yeah.
It can be done. But the steps that you have to take to do it, everybody around you not gonna like that.
Really not.
Read to me what the Pharisees said when Christ was trying to make Israel the top nation.
What they say?
Read to me what the Pharisees said.
Oh, wow. I got that one.
Call it and read it.
It's the book of John, chapter 11, starting at verse 47. Then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council and said, what do we? For this man doeth many miracles. If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him. And the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation.
They'll take away our place and nation. How are they going to take away your nation? They can't do that. What he means is they're going to take away our situation,
Right.
our power, where we're sitting at, our seat. That's mainly what a lot of y'all is really like
This
focused
ain't new.
on.
This ain't new.
Y'all focused on trying to be the man out here.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want your team to win, though.
Yeah, no.
Hey, what?
You're a stat guy.
Yeah, yeah.
You want to have a triple double, but we lost by 50.
And you content in the locker room after y'all got blown out.
Maybe
Right.
y'all should
I
practice
did
more.
my part.
Maybe y'all should practice more. Y'all too much in that Bible. Need to be more in this court. You one of them guys,
Yeah, I'm gonna be at the SPs.
right? What you want to say?
Oh, that's what happened to damn Nick Cannon. He was talking that, he was talking that we was Israelite community, right? And then tucked his tail when them Jews had pressed him.
Yeah.
Because he was going to get his place taken away. They
That's
was going
right.
to take him off the network. His money was going to start shrinking up after that.
Hey, why they don't want you to be a Jew too? Don't they want everybody to? No, they don't. But it's okay for them not to want that for everybody. But you can't be like that. Why?
You can't be like
Why? Answer me that question now.
Somebody got to answer that.
Only they can speak the way they speak, live how they live, and want what they want. And then when you claim that same heritage, that's racist.
and you're not allowed to gatekeep your own culture.
And you can't gatekeep your own culture.
Their elders say in the kingdom they're gonna have 3,000 slaves.
That wasn't considered. I asked the director of the ADL about that. I was like, yo, all right, you want everybody's support because Kyrie watched the DVD? You want everybody's support? I sent him that clip and I said, I just need to know that you don't support this.
Right.
If you want me and the people with me to join with you,
Yeah.
I need to know that you're against them talking like this. Never, nobody answered that. And I got accused of being racist. How? What did I do?
Hey, we got accused of being racist when we showed them a literal video
Oh yeah.
of a Amalekite community
Uh-huh.
cussing and calling a bunch of black workers niggas
Uh-huh.
in New York.
And spitting on them.
And we asked, okay, you want our support? You said all communities should support you. I need to know you're against this before I join with you and tell my friends to come join.
Right.
We want to make sure it's safe over here. We was called racist.
Yes.
I got them threads on my Twitter. You read that Twitter thread, it's the biggest mind. Like it don't make no sense. Like,
None at all.
how am I racist for asking you? Are you not like this? You're different from this, right?
You're trying to paint a false narrative.
What narrative? I didn't do anything.
Little video.
Just denounce this. That's
Just,
it.
just denounce this, and I'll be with you.
Just say it.
But you black people, y'all don't ask those questions.
That's why oppression makes a wise man mad.
Because it don't make no sense.
It's maddening. Like you brought out I think a couple years ago, you said something very wise. You said the black man, woman, and child is asked to be insane
to live here.
Hey, this is insanity. You require the people who perpetuated your oppression and continue to afflict you today to give.
That's racist. What he just said. Because what you mean by that? Who are you talking about? See? So wait. I'm gonna have to ask a question. Are black people oppressed? No. They're gonna have to say no.
Yeah.
If they say yes, we're gonna ask by who?
Now look.
Oh, so they're gonna say no. So that means black people are not oppressed. Yo, we got equal rights as everybody on this earth.
Right.
That's what we're being asked to believe.
There are black millionaires.
Wow. That's what you're saying is happening to you isn't really happening to you.
Yeah.
Now these are the same
People actually tell us that.
These are the same people you're asking to stop kicking you in your back.
Yeah.
You're asking these people, hey, can you guys give us this and that? The same people that's telling you that the oppression that you suffered for 400 plus years, it's not really what you're blowing it up.
It's really
it's
not
out of
that
proportion.
bad, guys.
Those same people, but you're not requiring the people in your own community, able men, to step up for your people.
This is
support
crazy.
Your people.
Man.
You don't have that type of zeal towards your people to tell them, hey, stop doing that. That's not beneficial to us.
That's why the scripture says this place is going to be as if we woke up from a dream.
From a dream.
Because it doesn't make sense.
It makes sense.
Makes no sense.
This is the last civil rights movement. Everybody else sold out. Wait, so what you said? Are you saying Umar sold out? No, I didn't say that. Umar can't be with us though and have that school.
Right.
You can't say what we're saying and have that school. Right?
That's a fact.
But what we're saying, where's the lie? Who are we? What happened? Slaves had food, shelter, and clothing.
Wow.
They had jobs.
Wow.
They had jobs.
The sister,
the
the sister put it in quotes. She's not saying that. She's saying that's what they're gonna say.
Right.
They had jobs. You learn skills.
Now watch. Now you're about to get spoken to a certain way. Watch. Listen to what you're about to hear. Statistically, black people represent only 14% of the population, but commit more than 50% of the crimes. So maybe if you people cleaned up your act, you could have more in this country. I'm going to say an equivalent statement and tell me if it's racist.
Mm-hmm.
Statistically, white people have enslaved and taken the land more than anybody in this country.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And there's lots of races that came over here and enslaved people and took land, but white people did it more than anybody. I can't say that.
No.
Why were you allowed to say what you just said about stats concerning crime in America? But I can't say that.
That's in the past.
Oh, because what I said is in the past?
That's racist.
You understand?
Yeah. It didn't.
But is it really in the past?
No.
Listen, I just said the same kind of statement y'all just said to me, but my statement was racist and yours is just facts. Okay, let's say more facts.
More facts.
When Barack Obama was president, he did more for the homosexual community than he did for the black community as far as rights and things that would create equity.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
When he allowed them to get married, the tax benefits that they received were monumental, and it changed things for them. And that was the motivation behind it was tax, to recognize their marriages legally. That was hate speech. How? What did I say? But a stat, right?
Right.
It's like you. Joe Biden told you if you do not vote for him, you're not black. But the first thing he did when he got in office was he hung a damn gay flag up.
Yeah.
And then a hate crime bill was passed for the Asian community.
Yeah.
And there's no hate crime bill towards your community at all.
And you were the people that were slaves and known around the world for serving slavery in America. You're called lazy and you built the damn country.
Mm.
You worked for free all day, starting at 5 a.m. until sundown.
Yes.
Wait, I'm racist if I ask, where's my 40 acres in the middle?
Oh, come on. Don't even bring that up.
Where
Don't even bring that up. You guys love making excuses and bringing up the past. Look, man, I'm from another country. This is what they'll say like on Valuetainment or something. The guy from Valuetainment, he'll say that to you.
My family came over here and
We were poor. I was a welfare kid, and I figured out what to do. You know, I worked hard and I made something of myself. So what you telling your people is as if they can't do the same.
And that's victim mentality.
Hold on. Can you stop for a second? Our civil rights movement benefited everybody else more than us.
Exactly.
Them same white people in 1940 would have kicked your ass up and down the street just like they were doing us. Oh, I just said something racist.
Oh yeah, that's it.
I just said them white people in 1940 would have kicked your ass up and down the street.
Yep.
Would those white people in 1940 kick your ass up and down the street?
Yeah.
Did I say every white person? I didn't say that.
Nope.
I said those white people, right? Because I was making a point, right?
Yep.
But now the video's demonetized and I can't work here. You can't work at this company because you said, what did I say, man?
Right.
I gotta be able to say that because they're saying those things to me.
Right.
So the black man is asked to be insane
Yes.
to be happy here because you're not supposed to be happy here.
Japanese internment camps and the Holocaust, they all had bills and actions to restore that certain community.
Yeah, because after D-Day, I believe they was locking Asian people up left and right, thinking that they were colluding and throwing them in jail, man. And they got reparations for that.
They all got something to restart from. Now, there was nothing given for the so-called blacks and Hispanics for any slavery that they went
Well, you got affirmative action. I'm sure some of you people benefited from that.
With your
affirmative
backgrounds.
action.
With your backgrounds, after we burnt down your entire cities, after we burnt down your banks and denied you your money that you earned off the what your bootstraps, right?
Right.
You pulled your.
Well, we didn't have boots. We didn't have a lot of times. We didn't have shoes out there.
Right.
We would take leather pieces of bags and we would bind them around our feet a lot of times.
I don't want affirmative action because I had Black Wall Street. I don't want that.
Well, listen, we're not going to talk about that right now.
No, you don't.
Let's move on. You know what? Relax. We're going to go to commercial. We'll be back. See, don't get heated. Control yourself. Now you're getting angry. Right? That's the way they deal with you, man.
You know how you people get when you lose your temper.
That's how they deal with it. And that's the way you're debated, black man.
Right.
And what I'm saying is not to get those people who treat us like that to stop treating us like that. Right. What I'm saying is for my people to hear it and wake up and understand what's going on.
Understand these people.
We're not trying to. We're not talking like this. So Sally, Martha, and them.
That's racist. Stop. That's racist. Why did you say Sally? Are you saying that's a prototypical white person's name? That's racist. You shouldn't have did that.
I wasn't saying that for Martha Stewart to bring her money and fund the so-called Black movement. I wasn't saying it because we're not talking like this. So Adam Silver can go put money in Ice Cube basketball.
We're not asking for that.
We're not asking for that. What we're asking is for you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to understand who you are and what power you actually have in a society. You got the spending power of the Black community is almost $2 trillion. Now, what can you do with that? Instead of rushing in to the Gucci store, rushing into Lenox Mall and going to Gucci, getting you a Herman. Instead of that, you go to your brother that sell belts, boost his business. Then go to his brother that he gonna refer you to, boost his business,
and then give them your business.
Give you their business card, your business card. They coming to you,
right? And
then guess what? You can get you you can buy a block. Then what you do on that damn block? Put some stoves on the block.
Now y'all got a plaza.
Hey, you own fan base? Yo, put us on the front of the app in preferred real estate so people can be exposed to what we're saying, because all we're saying is the truth, and then we'll do what we do with that fan base that you helped us get off the strength that we brought people over here to show you mad love.
Because we like supporting Black businesses.
Right.
Right. Oh, somebody ain't like that.
What do you mean by Black businesses?
Right. Listen, man, there's a Chinatown. That's not racist. There's a Little Italy. That's not racist.
They're very racist.
Take your ass over there and act up. You're going to get stared at. The kids are going to point at you. And you don't belong over here.
No police are going to be that fast.
Come on, man. What I'm saying is if our own people picked up on this message and said, yo, I'm going to redirect the way that I think. Give me Ezra chapter 4 and verse 1.
We don't care about being accepted by anyone else. We just want our people to want each other.
That's it.
That's it.
We don't care about that. This is the book of Ezra, chapter 4, verse 1. It says, now, when the adversaries of Judah and Benjamin heard that the children of the captivity built the temple unto the Lord God of Israel.
So now we're building for ourselves.
Right.
The children of Israel are building for themselves. Read.
Then they came to Zerubbabel and the chief of the fathers and said unto them, let us build with you.
So now that Black Lives Matter is protesting and rioting, the LGBTQ community came and said, let us build with you. Turn the fist with the rainbow.
Right.
Give us a megaphone and let us be in the front.
Right.
Right?
Y'all been working hard. Y'all take a back seat. We'll be in the front.
We got a video on the channel, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, we got a couple of them.
Got a couple of them.
Got a couple of them.
And you realize,
Read on.
come on. It says, let us build with you. For we seek your God as you do.
Because we're oppressed too,
Yeah.
and we want to be with your movement. Read.
Come. And we do sacrifice unto him since the days of Asar-Haddon, king of Ashur.
And we understand what you're going through, and we got money. Come on.
Which brought us up hither. But Zerubbabel and Jeshua and the rest of the chief of the fathers of Israel.
But see, your nation's top men that figured it out, that learned the business ins and outs, that come from affluent families, that have some insider techniques that you would have had to go get your master's degree to learn, that they know because it's a part of the heritage of the family that they come from.
Right.
They supposed to stand up for you and make sure you know all these things. So when people come with these propositions, this is what they're going to say.
Said unto them, ye have nothing to do with us.
You don't got nothing to do with us. That's in the Bible.
Preach that.
That's in the Bible.
God.
You have nothing to do with us. That what they were supposed. Hold on. Why couldn't Black Lives Matter say right now is not the time to be creating an environment where the black woman is doing splits in front of the cop car and the black man has his shirt off and is standing on top of the UPS truck, grinding and percolating his body, and then the tall warrior style black man is crumping in front of the police. The most embarrassing clip of all time.
No music.
In civil rights history, that's the most embarrassing clip.
God.
What was that?
Why was he doing that?
Yo, that whole time was a fever dream. I swear it was.
And he got the white woman next to him,
Yeah.
and he's just, and the cop looked at the camera and went, "This isn't even fun. They're supposed to try to fight us. We got our riot suits on.
And
Like we're supposed to be getting busy."
Yo, and they can't wait either. Because when after they haul you off on that bus, they all walking by, high five each other. Yeah. They getting ready for.
That's how y'all was treated, right?
Yes.
You even seen that?
These brothers were involved in police brutality during those riots.
You even seen that with Kyle Rittenhouse and how they had those I forgot they would call themselves the Blue Boys or something.
This dude is outside with a gun
Yeah.
during civil unrest and is opening fire on
civilians.
people. And
And
was not charged
the officers.
at all.
No, not at all.
So that means that if white people are rioting in my community, and I want them to stop because I believe they're firebombing stores and burning down businesses in my neighborhood, I'm supposed to open fire on them and get off? Is that how that's gonna go?
No.
Open fire if you want.
Open fire on who?
Boy.
Boy.
Look,
Boy.
it's videos of them. It's videos of them. The
Getting a
guys
little
he was
too
with.
big for your britches now, boy.
Hush up, boy.
It's real. They was in the big old the Humvee type, right? the officers, and bro was head of the water. And then the people was like, oh shit, the officers was like, they with us. Talking about that ragtag vigilante group. It's like they with us.
What? Wait, did I say something racist?
No.
I'm trying to be careful because it's not fair. Because I just chose the podcast and talk about social issues that affect my community.
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that?
Wrong with that.
Ooh, man, we're putting the pressure on tonight, man, to make you think, man, because they're not gonna listen. The brothers that you're looking at right now, we on a lot of lists for nothing, man. We would open the door for you. We haven't hurt or harmed or injured anybody. We have no plan to do nothing like that.
We regular guys.
We just regular dudes that know what's going on out here, and they making it hard for us. I hope y'all understand that. So what we trying to push through into your mind is that get together with your own people.
Please.
What we trying to get into the mind of the affluent that's among us is you don't have to be a sellout. You don't have to be.
Right.
You don't have to be. Our elites try to hit us with the, you don't know what you're talking about. To get to a certain level, you got to play the game. That's just the way it is. No, you don't. Well, how would you know that? You've never seen the amount of money that I've seen. I know that because I don't play the game.
Right.
You don't have to play the game. You got to have faith. Yeah, I don't believe in none of that. That's why you're going to fall.
Exactly.
That's why all the work and labor you putting in to get to that level is unrighteous and dishonest gain, and it's going to get knocked down.
It's a lucky. That's the thing. They don't even believe in starting from the bottom at all. That's why you see a person.
Bro, don't tell me about my life. Don't tell me about my life, bro. I started from the bottom just like you, bro. I was from inner city kid, man. You know, from the hood, man. I've been through it, man. The cops, you know.
You're not ready. That's how I get when people start talking like that.
See if the battery on the tripod has died. How long we been going? We've been going for a minute.
Yeah, blinking red.
Okay. Talking about this is exhausting.
Because you realize
imagine putting your hand to the plow and trying to fix the problem and create a solution, and your people are working against you.
That's
even
exhausting.
More exhausting.
It's daunting. This is the power cable. I just need a brick to plug it into. This is daunting, man.
Your people are. Imagine there are people in your community that are against you because what you're doing isn't lucrative.
Here we go.
Or what you're doing will not bring you fame in the land. We don't get any benefit
Both
in this society from doing what we do. Like we was talking about at the Feast of Trumpets, this is a thankless job.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of our people.
Hey, grab the camera.
That's why a lot of our people.
And so you plug it back in.
Don't want to do this because they want instant gratification. But this does not bring instant gratification. You have to be a selfless
Is it
person
USB-C?
to do what we do.
Yeah, that's
Right. Plug this one then.
You have to be a selfless person.
We got USB-C cables.
To be about your people. To be about your people, you have to be selfless. Because in order for you to truly be about your people, you have to be in season and out of season. Instant in season and out of season.
It's the only way, player.
Do it in this one. We got USB-C.
Because that's what Christ was.
Yeah, plug that in.
Christ didn't allow any scoffers, he didn't allow any disrespect, any naysayers to knock him off his path. And he did
Can y'all plug that in?
And he did something that many people
You
still
can unplug
even
the
today don't really truly
computers
thank him for.
break. Keep going.
That no one is really truly thankful for. But nobody wants to do that job. Nobody wants to partake of that.
You can unplug the computer break.
They don't want to start. They don't want to start
Back
from the
there,
bottom.
bro.
They want to just give it to them. That's why your women shake. They want to go to the strip club, shake their ass, and then get that fast money.
Keep it down.
Y'all talking over the video.
Your brothers want to go in the corner, sell that crack, and get that fast money.
Right.
They don't want to gather together, start everybody put in 100, everybody put in 1,000, and invest in their own community.
Right.
They don't want to stick their neck out like that.
No, because comfortability is more important than making myself uncomfortable for the benefit of my people.
And if you really wanted it to be done, you would have been did it.
You would have been did it. But you're afraid.
You scared. You're not even stepping out on no type of faith.
You scared that in order for me to care about my people, I have to live as my people. Now you got to ask yourself something. My people, if I'm afraid to go through what my people are going through, then I have to accept the fact that my people are oppressed. You can now no longer deny that your people are under an oppression. You can't, because all right, anyone can make it. Oh no, we not in slavery, bro. We not in slavery, bro. You the same opportunities they got, you got, bro. You can do the same thing, bro.
Right.
Okay, all right. If that's true, why don't you make yourself uncomfortable to help your people? You see, there's people that don't benefit. You see, your people are in the slums and ghettos of America. Why are you not speaking up for those people? Why are you not speaking to the unfair treatment of those people? Right. The unfair clauses that are placed on those people. Why are you not speaking to that?
Right.
Oh, because if you speak up against that, the treatment of your people, then what you're comfortable in is going to be taken away from you.
Exactly.
So if that's the case, if that's what's stopping you from speaking up for the benefit of your people, then you have to accept the fact and realize and tell the truth that okay, there is a system in place that does not allow my people to be for each other and to be autonomous. We have to totally depend on these people.
You scared of them endorsements to go. You afraid of them checks to stop coming. Our people's big break is to be signed by these record labels. But then you look at the demographic of people that own these record labels. Essentially what you're saying is, I'm trusting for some white man to see me and trust in what I'm doing, rather than looking at your community and saying they already care.
You can open your own record label. This complaining, I'm not gonna sit through this. And that's what you're gonna get hit with.
And them type of people are the people that really don't give a damn about.
And that's why you gotta stop trying to convince them and reach your brothers.
Right.
Reach your brothers. Convince your brothers that we can do this thing, man. All we gotta do is back each other.
Right.
There are enough Black content creators, artists, designers, doctors, lawyers, dentists, athletes, musicians, engineers, to create our own ecosystem where we don't have to beg anybody for anything and we can go to our own people for evaluation. First thing we do when we get bread is we hire somebody with a foreign accent.
That's the first.
Because he's got to know what he's doing.
Yeah.
And I'm not hiring one of my people because even our own people are racist towards each other. Because we're the nation, not desired. It's deep and it's systemic and it goes so many layers deep. The only way we can peel those layers back is with this truth.
That's right.
See, the antidote to the problems in our community are found within the lifeblood of our culture. And what if the lifeblood of your culture is your women are sacred, your children are sacred, your men are indispensable, your economy is personal before it is universal? What if that was our culture? What kind of options would we be able to pursue?
Sounds like a nation.
Yeah.
Right? Sounds like a nation. This is the last civil rights movement.
Yes, it is.
Everybody else sold out because they have to. Being an Israelite ain't no endorsements for that.
No.
Ain't no logos on our jersey for that. All right. We doing what we must do. Our CEO is Yahweh.
That's right.
Our chief financial officer is Yahweh Shai, man.
That's
Right? Our legal team is Moses. Right?
Moses and Aaron.
You understand? So we don't have the limits that y'all who are trying to reach high plateaus in this world are reaching. But that won't stop me from rebuking. Say what you got to say, and I'm going to be right back.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3 and verse 18. We understand this. I will gather them that are sorrowful for the solemn assembly, who are of thee, to whom the reproach of it was a burden. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halted, and gather her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. See, we understand that though this be a thankless job, there'll be a reward at the end. Ultimately, the reward for us is seeing our people obtain the kingdom. To even witness that, even witness in our lifetime right now, that the things that Sons of Thunder said in 2023 AD on the Sabbath day, the beginning of the Sabbath, it influenced these men and this group of people to come together and build their resources together and prefer one another. Just off this class, that is a reward unto us.
That's right.
So because our mind and heart is on the meditations of the kingdom, the things that all these other groups and all these other people have sold out for that will diminish in the end, it's going to be given to us anyway. Because our hearts are pure, and the reward that we really desire is seeing our people flourish. That's it. Because we care about our people.
Check this out. With that being said, I'm going to advocate for our brothers who are in high positions, who feel like they got to play the game to keep their position, who might inside actually truly care about Black people and their issues. I'm about to advocate for the few that are like that really want to be at the forefront of the civil rights movement, but feel like their place will be taken away and they won't be able to survive. This is all they know. And they will lose their position if they take this passion that we have chosen as our purpose in life.
Right.
I do want to advocate for some of them. And how I'm going to advocate for them is by rebuking the powers that are above them that put them in that bind. Give me Sirach chapter 34 and start at verse 21.
It's the book of Sirach. Chapter.
Let people get there. There are a few of us that are rich beyond measure, but can't speak to our issues because the reason they're rich will be taken away from them. And they just unwilling to part with that. They got to deal with the Most High. But I'm going to advocate them before the Lord and say, look at the position they're in. It is difficult, Father. Have mercy on them. I'm going to say that, number one. Number two, I'm going to say this to the powers that sit above them and force them into that position. Sirach 34 and 21.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 34 and verse 21.
Come on.
The bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood.
You're a killer if you're making the needy, if you're making their situation worse by jerking them.
You're a murderer.
He's supposed to get that, but you made sure he didn't get it because he said something you ain't like. You jerked him.
Right.
He deserved that. You took that from him for political reasons. You're a killer. That's what the Bible says. Read it again.
The bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood.
He's a man of blood, man. Yeah, that's the verse I want. We getting there. You robbed me from my publishing. You're a killer. You exploited me. You had me dancing and showing my body, and my contract is messed up.
Right.
And now that I'm not sexually desirable anymore, I don't have anything. You jerked her. You're a killer for doing that. Y'all not going to get away. Hey, y'all not going to get away. And I'm going to cut you deep because you say these are your scriptures. You say this ain't us. So if these are your scriptures, this is an indictment against you from you. Hypocrite. A hypocrite shall not stand before the Lord.
That's right.
Read the next verse.
He that taketh away his neighbor's light, Salakia. He that taketh away.
Slow down. Read this royal.
He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him.
So now I can't have my job because I'm a Hebrew Israelite and I teach in the street that Blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics are God's chosen people, and we have to come back to God's laws. I can't work here. Somebody calling HR saying I'm teaching hate because I'm teaching that. If you take away my earnings because of that, you're a murderer.
Yep.
According to the Bible.
That's right.
Read it again.
He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him.
What shall we say then? What shall we say then? Read on.
And he that defraudeth the labor of his hire is a bloodshedder.
And you seen my resume,
Mhm.
and you seen my work to put myself out there in front of you
Mhm.
to show you what I do. I can't get that 15 minutes of your time, but you benefited.
Right.
Where the Bible say you're a bloodshedder. That's not on me. I'm not the one telling you you got to rap about sex, money, and drugs. That's not on me. I'm not telling you you can't play football here because you want to. I didn't do that to you. You can't play football here because you want to take a knee. What? I'm 24. I didn't go to Sports Center and skew all the stats to make it look like you were absolute garbage when the year before you were one of the league's top 100 greatest players.
Right.
But then next year you're garbage and you've never been good. I got to do this for Colin because I happen to like the team that he played for.
Yeah.
So of course I was all into it, right? And I know the stats, right? Sports Center displayed Colin Kaepernick as one of the worst quarterbacks ever by showing his QBR rating. Forget the fact that he set a playoff record for rushing yards by a quarterback.
Wow.
Forget the fact that in his second year, he went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Replaced the incumbent quarterback who was a #1 first-round draft pick, removed him, became the starter with the endorsement of the whole team and franchise, and took the team to the Super Bowl. And then the next year, right back there in the most difficult division to the NFC Championship. I know y'all want to say y'all were always going off talking football. No, these are facts, right?
Right.
I watched Sports Center after his coach was fired. He was with an offense that had the lowest time of possession in the league. Chip Kelly. Hurry up offense. You got the ball for like 3 minutes a quarter, right? He had 16 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I watched Sports Center say he was the worst quarterback in the league. He had the 31st ranked wide receiver core. That's second to last most garbage. 16 touchdowns. And he was benched for the first half of the season.
Right.
And I watched the narrative that he was garbage, and people in social media and forums shitting on this dude like he's straight fire trash. I watched black people say he was garbage trash.
Stephen A.
And I know the stats
You already know about him.
because he wanted to take a knee because cops was murdering niggas out here. That's a travesty. Cyrac 34-22. He lost his career and was treated like he never could play the game. This dude set every record at Nevada for passing, 400-yard passing games, but he can't play the position all of a sudden when he was the year before.
His record that he set.
Yo, hold on. The year before, he was one of the top 100 greatest players.
Man.
That's what they did to the dude. Whether you recognize him as Jake or not, that's what they did to the dude.
Right.
And then I watched black media outlets trash him instead of thanking him for sacrificing his career and everything he's worked for since he was a little kid so that cops will stop killing you on camera.
Right.
I watched Stephen A. Smith scream on Twitter on a Saturday. He's not even at work because Colin Kaepernick turned down a workout that wouldn't allow him to film it. He knew they were going to say, you failed this job interview.
Right.
You're just not good enough. But he filmed it. He wanted it filmed with his own camera crew so he could say, you say I'm garbage, but what do the tapes say? Look at this cannon. Look at these routes. Look at where I'm, the ball placement. Look how fast I am. Still 3 years later.
Right.
They can't deny that.
I watched Stephen A. Smith attack Colin Kaepernick and tell him he don't deserve to play football because he didn't go to the workout and he's an embarrassment.
And nobody asked why they wouldn't let him film.
This was on Saturday on Twitter because he's not even at work. That's another brother doing that to somebody. Stephen A. Smith didn't thank Colin Kaepernick
He's a waste.
for sacrificing his entire career because cops was killing you on camera and nothing was happening. Trayvon got murdered out here and nothing happened.
Right.
And he didn't say anything bad about the police. He didn't ask anybody to hurt the police. All he did was, I'm going to take a knee until this national anthem represents my interests.
Right. Stephen A. the same nigga that was please forgive me. Stephen A. is the same person that was on making passes for Jerry Jones.
Yo, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
This is the same guy.
Because it benefits him because of the position he's in. But people lose their livelihood. You know what they want to hit me with? Oh, he got his money. They wrote him a settlement. Netflix gave him some money. You don't know none of what's going on with that.
Right.
You don't know, and that has nothing to do with it because the money that he deserved, he didn't get.
Right.
Sirach 34 and 22.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 34 and verse 22. He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him, and he that defraudeth the labor of his hire is a bloodshedder.
Y'all are murderers for what y'all did to that man and what y'all do to brothers around the world. You take away their livelihood because they just stand for their people.
Right.
Everybody else can do it, but when you do it, I'll take everything away from you to make you stop. And that's how they're controlling you in these last days.
Right.
That's why I say this is the last civil rights movement. Nobody could keep it real with you and advocate for your needs except the Israelites. And we're lowly. I know we're lowly. I know you used to being in certain rooms and dealing with certain people with certain pull and certain power. We're lowly. I understand that. But what's true is true. Cut them one more time, and then we're going to go to Q&A, and we're going to close the class. Sirach 34 and 22.
He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him, and he that defraudeth the labor of his hire is a bloodshedder.
Thou shalt not murder. But y'all are murderers. And you're going to take account of it in the last day. It's not going to matter. Proverbs 11 and 14. It's not going to matter how much money you had. It's not going to matter the why.
Right.
It's all that's going to matter is this you?
Yeah.
Read that.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 14. Where no counsel is, the people fall, and a multitude of counselors.
Proverbs 11 and 14.
That's it.
11 and 4.
It's the book of Proverbs,
11 and
chapter
4.
11, verse 4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath.
Now you got to read that. Read.
Riches profit not in the day of wrath.
Because your riches is not going to matter in the day of wrath. Come on.
But righteousness delivereth from death.
That's the only thing that's going to deliver you from death. And there's nothing more unrighteous than robbing a man of his livelihood because he told the truth.
Yeah.
Y'all going to have to make a decision in these last days. And instead of calling us Negroites, call us your civil rights leaders.
That's right.
Because we all you got left. Everybody understand? All praise to the Most High. At this time, we're going to move to a Q&A. We're going to take questions from the YouTube members. You can raise your hand again if you want to ask questions on the fan base.
Q&A session
And
started.
if you have questions on the call, just press *6. It'll place you in a caller's queue. The clock is ticking. Y'all are on now. While we get that all set up, make sure that y'all join the Patreon, and become members of the YouTube. All right. Let's get our first caller. 704. You got a question or a comment?
Yes. Shalom, Adawan.
Shalom.
I got a question. The book of Isaiah, chapter 11 and verse 1. And forgive my ignorance, but who is Jesse in that verse?
Jesse would be.
Oh, yeah, you want to answer? Go ahead.
Jesse would be the father of David. David's father. King David's father.
Can we read it?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 11 and verse 1. And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow from his root.
You understand? That's talking about King David. And there's a branch that's going to come out of that. And that's talking about Christ.
Go to 1 Samuel 17 and 13 real quick.
You said 17 and 13?
Yeah, kind.
This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 17 and verse 13.
And the three eldest sons of Jesse went and followed Saul to battle. And the names of his three sons that went to the battle were Eliab the firstborn, and next unto him Abinadab, and the third Shammah.
Keep reading.
And David was the youngest, and the three eldest followed Saul.
So these are all the sons of Jesse, and we can see that David, king, that eventually grew mighty to become the King David of the king of Israel, is the son, the youngest son of Jesse. So this is who Jesse is in the scriptures.
The water.
I on the bar.
I'm looking at the YouTube. Do we have anybody on the fan base?
I'm on fan base. I could talk.
No, do you have a question or a comment?
Yes, I have a comment actually.
Okay, what's that?
All right, my comment is when we were talking about examples about selling out and stuff, right? And the whole thing with the athletes and Colin Kaepernick. For example, there's this book I would recommend called $40 Million Slaves, right? It talks about how the black athlete is a well-paid slave and how these teams or organizations / franchises are ran like a plantation. It talks all about, it gives more context to that. And did any of y'all hear recently about that Buffalo Bills owner, how he was saying, oh, if the black players don't like it in the NFL, just go back to Africa?
Wow, damn, he said that?
Now, why is that not a
He said that? I did not hear about that. I don't really watch TV like that, so I might have missed that. What did they talk about that on Sports Center? He said, of course not.
Yes, it was. Yes, they did actually. It was with the reporter / former NFL player Jim Trotter, because he was having a lawsuit against the NFL for discrimination, and Buffalo Bills owner was talking about with the whole protesting back in like 2020. He was like, hey, if any of you black players don't like it here, go back to Africa. But last time I checked, without us, without our talent, our blood, our sweat, our tears, and their leagues would collapse anyway. So I'll be more than happy to pack up and get out of here anyway, because y'all economy will collapse without us.
But you know what's crazy? When you tried to do that with Marcus Garvey with the Exodus to Africa movement, they completely shut that down.
Yep.
They threw him in jail, and then they deported him back to Jamaica. So what do they really want from you?
I can't
They're
imagine.
hypocrites. They speak with a double tongue, man. They're double-minded.
I can't imagine what they're saying on Sports Center to either try to come.
Thank you for that input, brother.
That's
That's crazy. That just made me mad. Rob Wack on YouTube says, I had a lot of questions that's not been answered for the last 3 weeks now. Hope the brothers can show me some mercy tonight. That picture is crazy, especially after how we advocated for the natural brother tonight. They were looking at that picture going, see? Well, you know, hey, he has a right to bear arms, yes?
Yes.
So you can't even say nothing, man.
We got
Hey, Rob, call in.
Yeah, if you ever feel like you're being missed, just call in. But you're not a member, Rob, so you got to go after. So we'll hold your question, but we will get to you. Let's go to the next caller.
All right, the next caller, go ahead. I believe 314. You got to unmute.
We got a member question here too on the YouTube. Damn, I keep missing it.
314.
Hey, Shalom, Allah.
Shalom.
Shalom.
I had a quick question about the Sabbath and stuff pertaining to it. Like, say, like you at the end of the day, are you able to like watch TV and stuff like that, or is that going on?
I mean, watching television is not a sin, but you want to put the Most High first. We try to make it easy for you. We try to make it easy for you by giving you Sabbath class. So we try to make it enjoyable and put together a good lesson that you would want to be interested in and study. We give you prayers to send up. Right. So it's like by default, you put the Most High first. So, okay, you gave the Most High his due. Now you want to relax, kick back and watch some television. If that's what you want to do, I don't say that is a sin.
Yeah.
You understand that?
God. I just had a brother. He kind of treated like when you fast, you know, afflicting yourself, abstaining from everything. That's how he kind of treats the Sabbath. And I ain't really know which way to go with it.
Well, if he's fasting, all right, don't watch no TV. I tell brothers who's fasting, don't sleep through it. That's cheating. You sleep through the whole fast. Why don't you endure the fast? Enjoy, read the Bible, pray, right? But if he's not fasting, then, like I said, watching TV is no harm. Try not to watch nothing wicked. You understand that? We don't want to make things harder for you, and then we don't lift our light finger to help you with that burden. We try to be practical and make this life and this walk reasonable. Soldier Ibadaki said, glaring sins that you mentioned in the street teaching, can you give examples of glaring sins? A glaring sin is something that you obviously going off on, but you haven't addressed. You're just like, that's what I do. That's the sin that I do. Yo, overcome it, beat it, right? That's what I say. That's a good question. Make sure y'all watch that video. Yeah. What's the name of the latest video? That was overcoming temptation is difficult, or it takes discipline to overcome temptation. That's our latest camp video. I told myself I was going to do 3 camp videos a week. You know, I'm waiting for the brothers to call me and make sure I stay on task, man. But that's the camp video we came out with this week.
That's a throwback style.
I just sent the screenshot to your fan base back chat, Adam. Check that out. Abba Yanam Yasharala says, is it a sin to study schoolwork during the Sabbath or feast day? No. Be not ignorant of anything. Right. You got to learn what you got to learn. Don't squander your education, but use that education for the good of the nation. And it is lawful to do well on the Sabbath.
I think he must have been talking about your fan base.
Is nothing in there?
Not on mine.
All right, let's go to the next caller.
Michael. Oh, it's not Slakia. The next caller, go ahead. You up? Can I say his name?
Does he have a Hebrew name? Mike Allah, Whitfield. Mike Allah, you up? Going once.
That's the warrior.
Yeah, about Shabrakatah.
Hey, my question is, I'm a diabetic,
So
and I have to take the insulin. And the question is a matter of blood, is being unclean with blood.
No,
So
that's
if I take my insulin,
that's not an issue of blood. That's not an issue of blood. Like if we rendered it like that, that means that if a mosquito bit you,
Yeah.
you're unclean now because you bled. Like no. An issue of blood is a putrefying sore or wound that's not healing. That's unclean. Go take care of that. But that's not the same thing, okay?
Okay, so what?
I am the bar. Let's take the next caller. I don't see any member questions.
Khan, the one. I got a question, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just going through the lesson right now. This lesson is very powerful. It makes me. I have a very important question concerning the Christian church, like especially the Black Christian church. Like what you said in your lesson now is very profound. But like I never understood why the Christian pastors, the Black Christian pastors, like when you bring up questions like this, they, for example, salvation isn't for everyone. You would think that they will, flock to that kind of doctrine. You understand what I'm trying to say? Especially if you can prove it through scripture. But they don't do anything for the Black community in any sense. They don't why is it that the Christian pastors ignore anything that has to do with race, basically?
Did he fall off?
He's asking.
No, I think he's still there. There may have been somebody else that fell off.
He said, explain it why the Christian pastor doesn't say what?
Why he doesn't speak on social issues.
Why he doesn't speak? Because they have to prophesy smooth things. Give me that. The reason your Christian pastor gives you the sermon he gives you is because the audience that he's giving the sermon to wants to hear a certain thing.
Yeah, I got a precept for you too, I don't want.
All right, bring it out, Yaquan, while they get that precept over here.
Hey, this is Micah chapter 3, verse 11. It says, the heads thereof
judge for reward.
Judge for reward. And the priests thereof teach for hire. And the prophets thereof divine for money. Yet will they lean upon the Lord and say, is not the Lord among us? And none evil can come upon us. So to answer your question, is that these pastors and these preachers in these churches, they're teaching for a hire, man. They're teaching for money, right? That prosperity doctrine. It's the same thing that we brought out earlier. What was that? John 11, right? When they said they're going to take away our position.
Yeah.
If they teach that we are the Israelites, or God has only come for a certain group of people, that's going to take away their position. That means no more private jet. That means no more big congregation. That means no more BMW or Mercedes outside. None of that. So they have to teach the way they do so they can maintain their status in that religion, in that Christianity, really.
Khan.
For all the brothers and sisters in the chat that's asking how to call in and get in the queue, the number is scrolling at the bottom with the access code. Somebody get in the queue. And when you get in on the call, to get in the queue, you press *6. All right.
I don't see that brother continuing, the one we told that we're going to answer his question. He never asked.
He did.
Where?
Right there.
Oh, okay.
About the 10X.
All right, we ain't forget about you, Rob.
Sorry.
Yeah, we ain't forget about you, Rob. How do I call you guys? At the numbers at the bottom.
Right.
What you mean? Let's take another caller.
All right, 229, you up next. Shalom.
Hey, Shalom, brother.
Shalom.
My question is pertaining to Leviticus 21 and 5. I've heard brothers say that this is pertaining to the priest specifically and not to everyone, all other tribes, only to the Levites, where it talks about, where it says, Leviticus 21 and 5 says, they shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, nor make any cuttings in their flesh. So is this pertaining to all 12 tribes or only to the Levites?
Give me Exodus 19:5.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 19 and verse 5.
Yeah.
Now, therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people.
Come on.
For all the earth is mine.
Read.
And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and an holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel.
We are a kingdom of priests, a holy nation. That goes for all of us. Give me 1 Peter 2:9.
This is 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, so like a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him that have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
It's the whole nation, baby.
It's all.
You're a nation of kings and priests. The Levitical priesthood duties, those are not applicable to all people. But we're not going to say that we can shave our beards off and make borders on our head because we're not priests. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Get y'all precepts.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 27. Ye shall not round the corners of your heads, neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard.
And who is that told to?
All of Israel.
Prove it in that chapter.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto all the congregation of the children of Israel.
Uh-oh. That law was given to all the Israelites.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-oh.
So we do not accept that that's only for the priests, and the rest of us can rock the dream boat, you know, the little line, the jaw liner with the line right here.
That's crazy.
Come on, Ak, don't do that. Stop it, Ak. Shave your mustache off and just had the little joints right here. Come on, Ak. No, we're not doing that, man.
There's an account in the scriptures that show you that there were men who they weren't priests who had their beards shaven. Right. This is 2 Samuel chapter 10 and verse 1.
Yeah, but what about the whole nation?
And it came to pass after this that the king of the children of Ammon died, and Hanun his son reigned in his stead. Then said David, I will show kindness unto Hanun, the son of Nahash, as his father showed kindness unto me. And David sent to comfort him by the hand of his servants for his father. And David's servants came into the land of the children of Ammon. Verse 4. Wherefore Hanun took David's servants and shaved off the one half of their beards and cut off their garments in the middle, even to their buttocks, and sent them away. When they told it unto David, he sent to meet them, because the men were greatly ashamed. And the king said, tarry at Jericho until your beards be grown, and then return. Right? So it was important that they go and stay somewhere until their beards have been grown into their face, because it's not the custom of an Israelite man to have his beard shaven,
Right.
as it says in the law. So these are men that weren't priests. They weren't Levites. They were servants of David who were sent as ambassadors, right? And their beards were shaven, and they were told to stay somewhere until their beards had been grown into place.
That's right.
And then they can come back.
God, I don't see any more. I see YouTube scoffing, but not good questions.
Right.
All the people scoffing on the YouTube are welcome to call in. Let's take another caller.
You could just call the number that's scrolling at the top of the screen.
At the bottom.
All right. Soldier Your Thumb, I believe, is next.
That's scary.
Shalom.
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 I have a question. I've been thinking about this really like all week. So like it for my baby in the background. The Judah, Benjamin, and Levi is the southern kingdom. And why we call the rest of the tribes, you know what I'm saying, the other 10 tribes. And if you do the math, that's 13.
Because Levi doesn't have an inheritance of their own. The tribes of Israel are supposed to bless Levi because they are the priests. That's why it's discussed like that. It's almost discussed as if Levi is outside. That's why it's discussed like that.
Okay, con. Could you point me in a direction point me to that scripture so I can go read up on it?
Give me the scripture that says, because Levi has no inheritance with his brethren.
The Levites are mine.
It's in a few places. Like, just give him one. The brother wants one.
It's the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 20.
Numbers 18 and 20. Read that.
And the Lord spake unto Aaron, thou shalt have no inheritance in the land, neither shalt thou have.
Lift up your voice, Salaki.
You got to read that.
It's the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 20. And the Lord spake unto Aaron, thou shalt have no inheritance in their land, neither shalt thou have any part among them. I am thy part and thine inheritance among the children of Israel.
See, he says you will not have no part among them. And that's why it's mentioned like that.
I can read the next verse.
Yeah, go ahead, but read louder.
Verse 21. And behold, I have given the children of Levi all the tenth in Israel for an inheritance.
See?
For their service which they serve, even the service of the tabernacle of the congregation.
You understand, Ak? Good question.
The Salaki did the Levites ate with shelter and all that amongst the tribes. So like every tribe had their own providences, and Levites dwelt amongst them in everyone's providence.
Had what was called suburbs.
Right, they suburbs. Now, when Northern Kingdom was going off, Levi left the Northern Kingdom.
Yeah. Most High said, let them alone.
Because they was given into idolatry. So that's why they joined themselves to the Southern Kingdom.
I see the dude on the YouTube. He's focused on the chart. You will not find Dan in the New Testament reckoning.
Right.
And we do have lessons on that. If she was a member, we would take that question. Let's go to the next caller.
812. Go ahead. You're up next.
Tell her to call for counsel or send an email for counsel. We're not going to answer that on class. Good. Read that. What's your question, Ak?
812. 812 going once.
Come on here.
What's going on, Ak? What's your question?
Can I get a couple precepts to begin to bring a young child into the truth, just to kind of give them an understanding?
Go to
I have a small child that I'm dealing with.
Go to Deuteronomy 4:6. Start at verse 5. I'm sorry, 6. Chapter 6. Start at verse 4.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6.
I be getting them mixed up.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6 and verse 4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Keep reading?
Yeah, keep reading.
Verse 5. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart.
Mm-hmm.
And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thine hand, and they shall be as frontlets between thine eyes.
You can stop right there. So first, brother, you got to make sure that you on top of your game as far as studying goes.
Mm-hmm.
If you got children that you're trying to bring up into this truth, you got to know these commandments, and every chance that you get, you're supposed to be teaching them. You know, make it interesting, make it fun for them. Hold on. I'm in the middle of talking. Hold on, I'm still talking, brother.
Oh, sorry, man.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm just saying, you as a father figure, as a man who wants to serve the Lord, you got to make sure that you on your game as far as like knowing the laws, knowing the different accounts in the scriptures, and in every chance that you get, you're teaching him the same things that you're learning in the scriptures, right?
Salaki.
Go ahead.
I got a precept to add on to what you're saying. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 30 and verse 3. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him. Though his father die, yet he is as though he were not dead, for he hath left one behind him that is like himself. So to add on to what the Adamon was telling you, right? You have to make sure that you are well studied in these scriptures and understand these laws, so that you can teach your son the right way to go, lead him up the right way to go, and he shall never falter, right? And that when you do, in the day that you do pass on and go to your fathers, right, you will leave behind one that's like yourself, right? That being your son, because he was well instructed by you.
Time. Water.
All praises. Let's get the next caller.
It's the last one.
Now we're gonna do a couple more, then we're gonna shut it down.
Next we got Brother Jeremiah. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. What's going on, Ak? What's your question?
All is well. According Revelation 19 and 12, when it says, and he had a name written that no man knew, but he himself. I'm lost on that. Like, what's the how can I say, understanding on that? Because as far as I know, or I could be wrong, it's talking about Yahushua, but it still said, and he had a name written that no man knew, but he himself.
Give me started verse 10.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 19 and verse 10.
Go ahead.
And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Jesus. Worship God, for the testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy.
And
I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war.
So this is a vision. He already got a name. He's called Faithful and True. But this is talking about Christ. That's the purpose of what the angel is coming to show you. It's prophetic visions of Christ. Read.
His eyes were as a flame of fire.
And
on his head were many crowns.
Because the thrones are going to be cast down and he's going to be the King of Kings and have dominion. So that's a figurative speech that he's got all the rulership and dominion in the earth. Come on.
And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself.
Meaning you're not going to be able to understand what he's coming with. He's going to have to reveal it to you. He's holding a mystery that he's going to have to explain. Read.
And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of God.
So that would be contradictory in the same chapter where he's got a name that nobody knew, but his name is the Word of God. What it's trying to tell you is when you come in the name of something, you come representing something. And what he's representing or what he's about to bring forward, nobody has seen or heard. It's going to be a new thing in the earth. You understand, brother?
God, I don't want.
All right. Good question. Let's go to the next one.
203. Shalom. What's your question?
Shalom. I awoke a couple of months ago, and I'm trying to follow the commandments. And I start watching your videos, and I have a question. Is it lawful to eat tripe from the cow and the heart from the cow, and also the feet from the cow?
You're not to eat fat like that. But cow stomach, I think that's protein. I don't think that counts. Tripe is not fat. I don't think it counts as fat. Tripe that's meat. That's like eating liver and heart. I saw that in the questions. As long as it's cooked well done and there's no blood in it.
He also said the hooves.
Okay.
Cow feet.
And cow feet. Why would you want that? That's Levi.
I'm from El Salvador. In my country, they make a soup from that.
Yeah, jumo.
Hey, I don't want to slag it.
Go ahead.
Hey, what's the scripture in Leviticus that's talking about the innards though? Like you can't eat the kidney. It's some things you can't eat in the innards of the animals. I can't remember it though. Let me try to find.
Pull that up, because as far as I know,
the fat and the blood is for
like the marrow.
You're not certain things are supposed to be burned, and you're not supposed to consume it. Yeah. Like you're not supposed to eat fat. Like you're not supposed to be doing like blubber. You're not supposed to eat that. But like the protein of the animal, I don't see that going to waste. But if there's scripture on it, That would be news to me. Show me that.
The enemies.
Flank the call.
Is it Leviticus 2? I believe it is.
What that say?
It says no, that ain't it.
Supposed to be on stage.
One in, I think. Oh, 1 and 9. Oh, Con, yeah, 1 and 9. There it is. It says, but his inwards and his legs shall he wash in water, and the priest shall burn all on the altar, to be a burnt sacrifice and offering made by fire of a sweet savor unto the Lord.
Yeah, but what is that talking about? Consumption or sacrifice?
Sacrifice.
Precept.
You're not supposed to eat that.
This is the book of
Does it say
Leviticus.
thou shalt not? You can't add a law where it's not present.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 7 and verse 23. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, ye shall eat no manner of fat of ox or of sheep or of goats.
That's what you can't eat. But heart, liver, that's not fat. That's proteinous.
Like go to Leviticus 3 and 4. Oh, I could read it. Because that's supposed to be for the Lord. Like, it doesn't say you can, it's not a thou shalt not, but that's for the Lord, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it shall he take away.
Like, you got to take that part away.
Yeah, but this is talking about an oblation and a peace offering. You understand that?
I understand. I understand.
Even when you did the Passover, you roasted the lamb with the pertinence thereof. So he had his organs inside of him, right? Now, if you add and say that you can't eat that, you can't even eat sausage now, because that uses the lining of the intestine. There's certain sausages that use intestine lining. Now you would have to ban that, but then you would need scriptural precedent to justify that. The only thing I see in the Bible that you are forbade not to eat outside of an animal itself, but part of an animal, it says the fat. You can't have that.
So like
Go ahead.
Using that scripture to say, to teach that, it's almost like saying the only place you could eat a goat or a cow is at the temple, when you could eat a cow at home. So then what do you do with the innards? You can't cook the heart because that's for the Lord. It's not a sacrifice, it's dinner. You see what I'm saying?
If that's what you want to eat.
What you're doing, yeah.
Like I said, where there is no law, there is no sin, right?
You see what I'm saying?
That doesn't mean that my word is absolute. I'm just a servant. But if I don't see a law that says you can't do it, far be it from me to invent that burden, because that comes with all types of complications, and I don't want to be a hypocrite. That's why I said about the sausage, because that uses certain sausage, beef sausage uses the lining of the cow's intestine to close it, right? That's an ancient practice to make sausage. That's how it's done, right? Now, Israel got wicked and started damn eating chitlins from the damn pig. That's madness. And the butt, the anus, that's madness. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the heart and the kidneys. When he talks about cow foot, that's like chicken foot, neck and gizzards. It's not outlawed if the animal is clean, but why you eating that, brother? Don't put no cow foot in my soup, brother. I don't want that. You understand that?
Yes, Con.
All right. That brother might like foot, cow foot. He might like it. I don't know. I never understood that. Like, Jake used to eat ears.
Yeah.
When Jake was still eating that wicked pig, he would eat the ears, the snout, hog head cheese.
Damn Judites.
See that? Now Levi don't eat pork. Get out of here. Y'all was killing it. We got 510.
I think Captain Israel wanted to say something real quick.
Go ahead.
Nah, I was agreeing. I was laughing at this shit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, 510. You up next, Shalom.
Shalom to Captain Tazariak on the scene.
Shalom, peace and blessings, brethren, and nation of Israel. Shabbat
Shalom,
shalom.
shalom. What's going on, Doc?
Yeah, I agree that the day starts at evening. But how do you explain John 20 and 19?
He said he agrees that the day starts at evening, but how do you explain John 20 and 19?
And it reads,
There are 12, I believe that's what that said.
Then the same day at evening, being the first day of the week, when the doors were shut, where the disciples were assembled for fear of the Jews, came Yahushua and stood in the midst and saith unto them, Peace be unto you.
Because that's a semantic argument. That's like the 14th day at even. The same day at even is just telling you it's this same day at the evening. So it's that day at evening. But we would teach you that at the evening begins the new day, the new 24-hour period. That's what we instruct you. That's just semantic. That's how you would explain that. You understand, brother? Right. You wouldn't argue 14th at the evening, like it's the 14th day at evening. That's the specific point. That you go back to our last week lesson when we talk about Samson, and it goes into the new day beginning at evening. We got a strong point in that lesson. All right, Doc?
No, I heard that lesson and I agree. I agree wholeheartedly.
God.
When I see that verse, that John 20, it starts to go on to say the same day at evening when John came into the same thing. So like, is this saying that it's the same day? So I was kind of hung up on that, but I get what you're saying.
Con. That King's English. Go to Matt. This is for Rob Wack, Matthew 21:33. The brother said he'd been on class for multiple weeks and never got his question answered.
The book of Matthew, chapter 21 and verse 33. Hear another parable. There was a certain householder which planted a vineyard and hedged it round about, and digged a winepress in it, and built a tower, and let it out to the husbandman, and went into a far country.
That means he left it to his workers to look after. Read.
And when the time of the fruit drew near, he sent his servants to the husbandman, that they might receive the fruits of it.
And when it was time to reap the harvest, he sent men to go consult with the people that were looking after his vineyard. Where's the results?
Where the fruit at?
Come on.
And the husbandman took his servants and beat one, and killed another, and stoned another.
So they obviously was over there chilling, and they beat one and killed one and stoned the other. Like, you better not say nothing, because we wasn't working, but don't get us in trouble with the Lord of the house. Come on.
Again, he sent other servants more than the first, and they did unto them likewise.
Yeah, the Lord of the house is sending people to find the increase from the people he left the house to. This is a parable. Read on.
But last of all, he sent unto them his son, saying, They will reverence my son.
So I already know the meaning of this parable. Y'all should know, but let's make it dramatic. So you beat my other servants who I sent to see what you was up to, killed them. Now I'm gonna send you my son. Surely you know better than to touch him. Read.
But when the husbandmen saw the son, they said among themselves, This is the heir. Come, let us kill him, and let us seize on his inheritance.
He comes to take away our place in our office in the nation, man. Let's kill him so that we can beat them guys. Read.
And they caught him and cast him out of the vineyard and slew him.
Then,
when the Lord thereof of the vineyard cometh, what will he do unto those husbandmen?
What did the people say?
They say unto him, He will miserably destroy those wicked men.
He cut them because they, just like with David, he said, Thou art that man. It's the same thing. Read.
And will let out his vineyard unto the other husbandmen, which shall render him the fruits in their seasons.
Come on.
Jesus saith unto them, Did ye never read in the scriptures? The stone which the builders rejected, the same is become the head of the corner.
If the Old Testament don't count, why he say that? Because you're supposed to be reading that. Read.
This is crazy. This is the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes.
Therefore
say I unto you, the kingdom of God shall be taken from you and given to a nation bringing forth the fruits thereof.
Now, this is where people kind of get bugged out and saying, oh, he's going to go to the heathen, right? It don't say that.
It does not say that.
It says he's going to go to the nation.
But whosoever.
I know. That don't change prophecy.
Right.
Prophecy kills all of this Catholic dogma.
Right.
All this universal garbage. Prophecy kills that. Read on.
And whosoever shall fall on this stone shall be broken, but on whomsoever it shall fall, it will grind him to powder.
And that's talking about Christ, the stone that the builder refused, who's going to return and subdue all people underneath him. The next, his hand will be in the neck of the enemy. Right?
God.
And what happened when the chief priests heard this?
And when the chief priests and the Pharisees had heard his parables, they perceived that he spake of them.
Because they're not stupid. They know what the law said, and he's talking about himself. He's saying he's that prophet that we're supposed to hearken to, and if we do not, it will be required of you. They understood that. Read on.
But when they sought to lay hands on him, they feared the multitude, because they took him for a prophet.
And the people had his back.
That's right.
And that's what tonight's lesson was about. Support your own, because we the last bastion. We the end of your civil rights movement. The Lord took you through all this to bring you here. Come back to me.
That's right.
And then I'm going to end all of this pain and suffering. Make your choice and choose wisely, because everybody else sold out. We the sons of thunder. It's our heart's prayer and desire for Israel that they might be saved. Khan, we're about to send up the Lord's Prayer and bring in this Sabbath, the day after the Feast of Trumpets, the day after the new moon. 3 trifecta of Sabbaths is beautiful. You should be super in the spirit. Get with your own people. Have joy with your brothers and sisters. Call this number at the bottom. Make sure your phone is on mute so you don't interrupt the prayers. Like I said, once again, we the sons of thunder. It's our heart's prayer and desire for Israel that they might be saved. Khan. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Q&A.